Welcome to Two E's in a Podcast. I'm Anitra.
And I'm Ebony.
And we're two chicks having a kiki talking about random shit and giving our opinion on it. Hey y'all.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
We're back.
We're back. We are back.
After a little small intermission.
Yep.
Okay. I thought you said your body hurt.
It do.
You wiggling and jiggling, ain't you?
I do. I'm real sore right now.
Okay. Nisha was out there having a good time last night.
I went and saw Snoop. Well, it was called Mountain Westmore.
Right.
Snoop, E40, Ice Cube, and Too Short. And so they did their one song because they don't have an album yet. They just have one song.
Okay.
So they came out and did that one song.
Okay.
After Warren G, because he opened. And then they did like, they didn't have their own sets. They did like, okay, Snoop did a song, then E40 did a song, and then Snoop and E40, whoever had a song together, then they did theirs. And then Ice Cube, and then Snoop. Or it was just like, it was really good. You know, I live my best life because I love Snoop. He's an angel to me.
Not an angel.
He's a complete angel. He cannot do wrong in my eyes. So I had a good time.
Sounds like a good show.
It was a real good show. It was a real good show.
Like what we got to look forward to for Super Bowl.
Oh boy. Oh, well, somebody told me I better don't think I'm about to get out there and tailgate. Like I'm like it's impossible for me to tailgate out.
No, we're going out there.
So
we will be there.
Joke's on you.
We will be out there.
Yes.
We're actually waiting for somebody to give us some damn tickets. We're waiting for that, and then if the tickets don't happen to come through, the tickets are going for like $5,000 a ticket.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's the nosebleeds.
That's like where it's starting at. I think maybe you can find the cheapest ticket is like $2,500 right now.
Diddy. Who can we talk to?
We gotta talk to somebody. We gotta get to somebody's gotta do something and get us at this.
Can I just get in the parking lot? I mean, can I get in the parking lot?
We gotta do something. Like, we have to be there. Like, I have to be able to see the fucking fireworks that Snoop and Dre is about to have popping up.
Listen, we gonna park in somebody's damn drive. People that live in that area gonna be fucking pissed the fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna have a damn fit because people gonna be trying to park in the driveways.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be madness.
Who live over there? Can we come to your house?
How at us?
Can we? Yeah, because if you live over there, close, listen, we'll walk. We'll take a wagon.
No, shut up, Anitra.
Put all our stuff in one of them little wagons that you take to the beach.
You can't take that in there, Anitra.
We'll get as close to the fucking parking lot as possible on the outskirts.
I think the way, and whoever told you that is right, because I think the parking is like somewhere else, and you actually have to take like a bus over to the actual like stadium in the parking lot. So it's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
I think we should actually vlog that, Anitra, of us trying to get into the Super Bowl.
That'll be a good one.
We should do that. We're gonna take 2 E's is going on the road. We're going on a field trip. We're getting into that goddamn Super Bowl. We getting in.
And if you know how we can, you got some insiders, please do tell.
Where's the plugs? Where's the networks? Do something. Y'all do something. Get us in there. We deserve to be there.
Yes.
We did this shit. We put this show together.
We talked the shit up.
All right. Well, since we're back, we gotta do trending topics.
Okay,
There's a whole lot going on right now, Anitra. There's a whole lot of madness and shenanigans and foolery and fuckery going on. Starting with Will and Jada. What y'all gonna do with Will and Jada?
It's just very saddening. Now, somebody had sent me a couple of weeks back. It was something. It was like a meme with Will, and I was like, "What is the what's the big deal?" Like, cause there's some times where I'm just not like on social media where I'm just scrolling. I look at my stories more than I look at the timeline, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, what is
weird, because a lot of people are the opposite of each other. A lot of people look at their timeline and don't even fuck with stories.
No, I like the stories because I like to listen to people like talk or story times or, you know, whatever. That's what I like.
Okay.
So I'm in stories. And I'm like, what's the big deal? Like, why are they messing with Will? And she was like, I guess it's because of the way that they're treating, or Jada treats him. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, sir, leave. Leave the situation. It's abusive.
I can't.
I'm just going to say it's abusive. Mental abuse.
No, it really is. And at this point, I know that they've mentioned, like, if you watch Red Table Talk, and I'm not into Red Table Talk like that. I've watched some episodes. But I know when he's there, they've mentioned that they're not getting a divorce. That's not going to happen. And it's more so, like, doing it for the kids. These grown-ass
kids.
Adults, literally, that have been doing whatever the fuck they've wanted
since
to do.
They were teens.
Since they were, like,
or younger than that
7.
shit.
7, you know. Willow and Jada probably, and Jaden. Willow, what is that their name? Willow and Jaden. Probably been snorting meth probably since they was about 10 years old or so. Just all willy-nilly.
I just can't believe that these are black people. These are so black people.
Right. That's why I think that this whole, like, family unit, I think this is Jada's influence. There is no way that Will was raised like this.
No. But you think Jada was raised like that?
Well, I think Gammy, which is her mom, Gammy was out there doing the dope too back in the day. People forget about that. Was. See, I didn't even want to have to put that out there like that. I didn't even want to be the one to break the news to y'all. I didn't want to do that. But I think it was one of those, like, situations where she was out doing her thing, you know, in her day.
Oh,
and
boy.
I think Jada is just one of those, like,
free spirit,
free love and free fucks and free this and free that, and let your kids kind of explore and find their bodies and all this bullshit rather than whooping somebody's ass around there.
And Will's just a sucker for love. He's just like, go with the flow and go with whatever Jada says.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Yeah. So
because he's clearly not happy.
So the reason why, and everyone knows, unless you're living under a rock, everyone knows about the entanglement of it all and all that shit.
With that child.
He wasn't a child at each other.
Well, compared to her, he's a child.
He was. She's like a cougar bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being a cougar.
That's beyond a damn cougar.
So even that, she kind of made a fool out of Will with that conversation that they had with each other, making up, words and shit, entanglements and this and that, and, and justifying her stepping out of the marriage. But, they do say that Will has had a girlfriend for years.
Well, I mean, and that's probably why it's just like it's cheaper to keep her, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think if they were to get divorced, it's going to hit Will so hard.
Do you notice that all of a sudden he just looks really old?
He looks like a wax figure from Madame Tussauds. Or
he looks like really old, just like all of a sudden. What in the hell? That stress is over there killing that man.
And which is probably why he ain't over there tearing that pussy. Excuse me, excuse me. The coochie. It's because he's a wax figure right now. He looked old and tired and ran through and done. Right. That's why Jada around here making a fool out of you, Will, telling the people that you ain't satisfying her sexually. This is crazy. Can you imagine, Anitra, your mate going off, like, or even you coming on this platform and telling the people that your mate is not satisfying you sexually? That is wild.
The embarrassment of it all. The fucking embarrassment.
I feel so sorry for Will.
I feel sad for him too. It's just like, I just want him to wake up and leave. I just want him to wake up and leave and just say, fuck it all. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to, because he's not happy.
No.
Sir, choose happiness.
Yeah.
Choose happiness.
Yeah. Living your truth. If you got a girlfriend or whatever y'all got going on over there, let's just end it all. Let's just end it. Go and
unless she has something on him.
I think it's that too. I think it's
maybe he's like an undercover brother.
Well, they used to say that too, Anitra. They used to say
Somebody
that him and Dwayne Martin used to be like orgies and and whatnot. Him and Dwayne Martin
I heard that.
You never heard that, Anitra.
Oh, I just thought they were best
Tap
friends.
in, Anitra, because the people have heard that. Everyone has heard that. That's been the
thought they
rumor
were
for
besties.
years. That was the rumor for years, Anitra.
See, I be living under a rock.
That him and
apparently.
Dwayne Martin, that's really why, I think that's why Dwayne Martin, like, if you think about it, because we don't even want to spend too much time on this, but think about it. Dwayne Martin really hasn't done that much in the industry to really be cool. You know what I mean? Like, his residuals, where do his residuals come from? What? Like, how many times do they play Above the Rim? One time a year on BET? They don't play it like they play Medea's Family Reunion and shit like that. They don't play it like that. No, seriously. How many, like, where's his income flow coming from? Unless he has, like, investments and things like that. I think it's coming from that little...
You don't think
that little...
Tisha is paying him alimony?
Well, of course it's Tisha, but
Sir, you
I
should be
think-
ashamed of yourself. Okay. Go
Anisha,
get a job.
You've never heard that rumor?
No.
You never heard that?
Maybe I did, and it just went over my head. I have no.
That they used to have like orgies together. Never heard that. Okay, Anisha. Well, Anisha's been living under a rock apparently. Tap in if you guys have heard that rumor about Will and Dwayne Martin. But I do agree.
Dwayne Martin be friends with every goddamn body. Like,
I do agree. Maybe it is that, Anisha, that Jada has something so
it
deep.
like ruin him.
Not if they sound. I mean, I think
Not in this day and age.
Will has they definitely signed NDAs on each other.
But then if that's the case, then shit, bye.
They've definitely signed NDAs.
Unless the prenup is gonna kill him. Something. It's something. It's something, because a regular person will be the hell up out of there.
So you guys know that Jada on Red Table Talk, she mentioned that basically, like, Will should be able to read her mind. He should be able to know by now what it is that she wants and needs sexually. Like, she shouldn't have to tell him what it is that she wants. And so it was along the lines of, like, he's not satisfying her sexually. And then once the internet went in on her and said enough is enough. You're not gonna
fucking had it.
We're not gonna let you, like, this is the Fresh Prince of it all. You are not gonna make him look like a damn fool any longer. And so she came and she said, I got time today. And she said her and Will have never had an issue in the bedroom. She had to clean it up, right? Kind of, you know, get the Windex and clean that shit up real quick. And in Will's book, I guess that you guys go get the book, I guess. This book seems like it's exhausting, Anitra.
That's why you gonna tell me what it's
There's a lot going on in this. It seems like it's exhausting. It seems he's just spilling it all out. But I guess one of the things he said in the beginning of their relationship or marriage that they had sex multiple times a day for 4 months because he was going to try his hardest to try and satisfy her sexually. And if he couldn't do it, he was going to die trying. So what do you get from this, Anitra? What these two statements, what are you getting from this, Anitra? What do you think's going on? Something going on there in Will's pants?
I think he got pencil dick. But that's just, I
Oh.
told you that. I think he must got pencil dick. My thing is this. How long they been married? 20-something years?
22 years?
How is it?
No. Or they've been together since they were 22.
Okay. How doesn't he know how to please her at this point in life? He doesn't know.
Well, you don't.
And ma'am, secondly, before. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. So, if they've been together, I'm going to say 20 plus years because they're clearly over the age of 42 or 44.
Right.
How doesn't he know how to please her? And secondly, ma'am, have you told him what you need? Like, okay, no one's going to read your fucking mind. That's one. You have to tell him what you need. And then after 20-something years, shouldn't he know? Like, you know what though? I'm going to be honest. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't. They're both getting on my fucking nerves. Will looks very weak right now.
Oh no.
Very weak. And I just need him to just wake the fuck up and leave it all.
Not leave it all.
Leave it there for her. You got enough fucking money to leave and rebuild.
Well, I think he lives in like a separate home on the property.
You been there?
No, I think he mentioned that. He has like a whole, they showed the house. I think there's like, not the average back house. You know how like these houses have like back houses. I think there's a whole nother, like, there's like 30,000, there's like, yeah, like a compound. So I think that he stays in that home, like on the property. There's no way in the world these people sleep in the same bed every night. There's no fucking
way. She
way.
be having other people in her bed. Like I told you, I think yes, ladies for sure. She looked like the type that like the ladies.
Yeah, and see,
but it's just not even like, it's just, she exudes that. I don't know. I think she goes both ways. She just however and whoever and whenever.
Well, that might be like, if you read between the lines, that might be why he doesn't quite know what it is that she likes right now. Because it's a different season, sweet. It's a different season, baby. So maybe she done been turned out by August. He done put this little young twist on her ass. And now if you messing with the ladies, you might be into some different things now. So maybe that's why. No,
I'm still confused on the August situation. I'm just still confused on it. It still concerns me.
Why? Why are you concerned?
Why did she have sex with that child?
And then it was like weird. They were trying to groom him. They were
yes.
They had him around as support, like a supportive support system. Like he was his son's friend, and then they're like the support system because he really didn't have anyone.
That's like child abuse.
He really didn't have anyone.
Yeah.
And so Jada, you done manipulated that boy.
Yeah,
you know, to give you some dick.
Manipulation and it's child abuse. It's like child abuse.
Yeah. It's like
he wasn't a child.
You know, like a dom or something.
Yeah.
Like a dom.
I don't know.
I can see you, Jada, with them boots on and that little leather number on. You know, with the whips and chains and tying August up and having them call your mom and all that bullshit. You're nasty. You're fucking nasty. I see it.
Lady.
I see it. If they can find a thigh-high boot in a size 4, because that's probably what you wear. You're little. She's little. A thigh-high boot in a size 4. You're wearing that shit, and you made that boy do things to you, and you dominated him, and that was the type of relationship. That's probably why it had him fucked up, Anitra. Remember, August was kind of fucked up, too, off the relationship.
I just think that she's part of the Illuminati.
Oh,
it's all in her.
Well, Scientology.
Yeah, it's all in her. Yeah. That's why he was fucked up.
We just want this to end. I do not want Will walking around here looking weak or looking like an idiot. I definitely don't want him walking around
tired,
looking like the Wicked Witch of the East. He looks like he's melting. He looks like he's melting. It looks like
he's to his breaking point. To me.
You think so?
He looks like he's just about to be like, call the whole fucking thing off.
Curtains.
Yeah, this is it for me.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess we'll all be updated at the same time what happened with this bullshit, because I know y'all tired of hearing about them, and we are definitely tired of hearing about it. And the book is out. He don't have to promote it no more. I think he is still promoting it, but hopefully we don't have to hear shit else about their household and the dealings.
Yeah, it's just like, come on.
We don't know anything about Jay-Z and Beyonce. We don't know what they eat for dinner. We don't know their favorite meals. We'll never know anything about their bedroom life. Why are we hearing about Will and Jada's? This is wild to me. This is crazy. So we're gonna move on to that and move on to a tragedy.
And what's the tragedy?
Astroworld, Anitra.
Listen. My thing is this. I don't quite understand. See, this is me, Anitra, okay? I don't really care to go to concerts if I can't have them. If I don't say I'm sitting at 114G, I'm most likely not going to buy the ticket.
Okay.
Unless it's like a reggae fest. Because, ain't nobody about to storm the stage for a fucking reggae fest. Yeah,
you want to do
the dirty wine. Like, nobody's storming the stage for Frankie Beverly and Maze, for the fucking Whispers. They ain't storming the fucking stage. So I can get that. You know, you be outside in your lawn chair with your drinks and the umbrella be over you. That's how it be over there. They be having that grass. They be bringing their own grass and shit.
Right.
Putting their chairs and shit over it.
Oh, boy.
But for something like that, I would never in my fucking life buy just to... I'm in there. Like, I'd have no desire. I've never had a desire to go. What was that? Coachella. It's too much fucking dirt, for one. Like, I don't want my shoes, my feet dirty like that. And they just out there just, doing drugs and living it up. Really like to go to those types of concerts where you just go. It'd be like mosh pits and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, why do you want to go? Like, why do you fucking want to go to something like that? Like, you jumping in and...
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And
how are you enjoying
And
that?
like that shit at Coachella, it starts getting so bad by like the third day that motherfuckers start getting thirsty and shit, and they just start drinking anything like piss and
What?
Yeah, it starts getting bad at certain, I'm not saying all the Coachellas, but
they can go back to their hotel room at night. What is going on?
I don't know if you remember back in the day, before we get to like the Astroworld, MTV used to have this big thing.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember it, Isha. Years ago, they used to play it on the TV.
And it used to go on for days.
They used to go on for days, and I remember watching live. Shit was getting bad by like that third day. Shit was getting scared.
What was that fucking called?
I forgot what it wasn't spring break. Was it spring? No. It wasn't even Woodstock. I forget what it was, but it was one of MTV's big festivals. It was on the lines of like Coachella or even bigger, like Woodstock or some shit. It was like might have been Woodstock. Their version of Woodstock.
I think it was.
But you literally saw it live on TV, and Detroit. Like, shit started getting scarce. There was no food left. Like, the porta potties were being like taken over. Like, the porta potties were overwhelmed. They weren't in the conditions that they were supposed to be in. No one could use them. They started like using like human feces and things like that, and like throwing it at people and throwing it on the stage, and it started like being like hysteria. Like, people started like going crazy because of the conditions. The conditions were so bad, and it just this situation kind of
like, you're that crazy. You about to get somebody else's shit and you just be like,
rather than go home, like you said.
Like, take your ass home.
Rather than you want to turn up so bad, you want to see who is it, Limp Bizkit or some shit. You want to see Limp Bizkit so bad.
Green Day,
right? You want to see all that shit, Travis Barker and all this bullshit so bad that you refuse to go home. You just gonna lose your mind. You gonna dehydrate. You gonna starve. You're gonna have the same clothes on for 6 days and start pushing and like trampling people and all this craziness, and like no one's living under a rock on this one. We know what happened in Astroworld. This shit is wild, and it really could have been prevented.
So I was asking my son, I was like, so did the people that were, because they were trampling over the gates and stuff to get to the stage, and I was talking to somebody else, and they were like, I don't understand that. I'm like, because it's a festival, there's no seating, so whoever gets first that's how close you're getting to the stage. But I was like telling Brandon, I'm like, but did these people have tickets is what I want to know. Did they have tickets and they said I would get in there first, or were they just like, we're showing up and we're gonna storm the stage?
I think it was both. I think it was a little bit of both. I think you had, because it literally started at the gates. You know how you go to the concert and you like, here you go, click. Yeah. Show your ticket, click. Show your ticket, click. Them people said, nope, we're not doing none of that. We're getting in.
They probably said, we need your COVID card and your vaccine. They said, beat it. We're getting to that damn stage.
We're getting as close to that stage as we can possibly get. It started there. It didn't start at the Astro concert. It started... They were tearing down them gates, baby.
They really were. They were trampling over people. People were you can't be first at the line. No, because if they gonna trample, you can't be first. Because that gate go down, you you trampled.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's where people die.
It's like
People
my
didn't
worst
die right
fear.
there.
It's my worst fear for like if the twins go to one of these bullshit ass concerts. Because whatever concert you go to at this point, it ain't gonna be a good one. You know, you're not going to see the OJs and those shit. Like, you know.
Listen, this is the type of concerts I will be at these days.
Right.
Because like, I need a seat. Or I need it to be an old ass person. And they gonna start on fucking time. It's gonna be 7. They gonna start. You gonna see Patty LaBelle bring her ass out there at 7:01.
Patty, get out there and sing, please. Get out there.
You ain't gonna wait. She gonna be to open the fucking act. Ain't nobody storming the fucking stage or none of that.
It is just. I think that this, and I don't know how to say this because you can't. Once some people start running and acting a fool,
it's done. It's fucking done.
It's over. Like you can't control that. But once it got inside to the actual concert area, well before Travis Scott went on. This is well before Travis Scott going on, and it was going on. Now the video I sent you when the young guy that was describing like his experience, he said that pushing and all that like hysteria, all that started maybe when Master P was on. I didn't even know Master P.
Me either.
I didn't even know Master P was
Master P
doing
did shit like that.
I didn't even know Master P was.
They don't even know fucking Master P. They was just out there on them fucking drugs.
Right.
They was on that drugs.
Like y'all trying to get to the stage to see P.
They ain't thinking about no fucking Master
Now
P.
I'd like to see Silk the Shocker. I'd like to get close to the stage to see Silk the Shocker.
They was out there jumping and shit on them fucking.
I
just did psychedelics and shit.
Right. I'd like to get as close as I can to see Silk, but he said it started even then, and he said he actually like passed out. And it was getting so bad, like when he came to or whatever, like he asked someone like close to say, like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. They pulled him out. This is, like I said, this is well before Travis Scott even got out there.
And you know they went crazy when he came out.
Someone pulled him out. They pulled him like somewhere behind the stage, and he said that, okay, it was like he had to take a moment, like catch his breath. Okay, drink some water, whatever it was that he had to do. And he like had to talk to himself and say, do I want to go back out there to the middle of this crowd? He said, I'm not going to that middle. I'm going to the side. I'm gonna go stand on these gates that they have over there. That was a smart thing to get. But then he said, from there, he could really see that this shit was bad. Bodies just laid out.
Because it said, I saw somebody else, they were saying it was so many people, like squished, you could not breathe. Not because of they couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
So the girl was like, I was putting my head up like this, like gasping for fucking air because it was so, just think, okay, my thing is this. There were children there, 13, 14, 12.
9.
Who in the fuck drops their child off and said, see you at midnight?
But there's a 9-year-old boy that's on life support right now.
Somebody died this week. I wonder if it was him.
Yeah, no, it wasn't him. It was another young girl.
That's fucking ridiculous.
But the 9-year-old was with his dad, and so what happened was he had his son on his shoulders. Okay, son was on his shoulders. But what happened was with them pushing and doing all that, and now you can't breathe. He passed out.
And made the son.
And the son ended up getting trampled. When he came to, he did not know where his son was. He couldn't find his son. Son is at the hospital. So he had to find it. So the 9-year-old is still, he's still here.
Well, somebody died this week.
He's on life support. There was a girl that died a few days ago. So that was 9 people that passed away.
But some of those people were not with their parents, though.
No, they weren't.
I would never drop my child off, and I'm just not. I'm not dropping you off at no fucking, especially that kind of shit.
And definitely, we're not. You better see if you can look on that jumbotron, like
right. And we ain't getting that close, so we gonna get in there. Yeah. We hope. Look, this is us. We in the back. We in the back.
I know. Even I had warned the twins when I took them to see Beyonce. Let me tell you something. Don't get your hopes up, cause we're up there. Don't get your hopes up. We're up there. Don't. And to me, it just almost seemed like one of the best ideas is especially something like not with seated areas, but festivals like that where there's no seating. It just to me, it just seems like it's best to just be in the back. Now, let's get to Travis, because it looked like Travis is about to pay a pretty penny.
Because he didn't have enough insurance. The insurance is not going to cover. People are going. Let me tell you, I don't care if I was just the ticket person up in the fucking place. I'd be suing his ass too. I'd be suing.
Yeah.
I'm disturbed.
I think there's even some security guards that have filed lawsuits.
I sure in the fuck
because they didn't even they got the security guards off the streets.
I sure in the fuck
There was a security guard that said like they didn't train them to do anything.
They just said, "Hey, you coming?"
They just said,
"Be here at 9."
They said, "Can you work? Can you work on Saturday?"
That's how they do fucking security.
Yeah.
Security's not trained for shit.
Listen, it's like every day. It's like the lawsuits are just
I sued for $500 million, and I want every penny.
I need you. Listen,
I want to know how much he gonna be able to, how much he really gonna have to pay out.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of nature.
It's gonna be a lot.
It's between Live Nation and him, and it's all that type of deal. He came out. The people were mad. That apology wasn't even sincere.
Because the nigga was like, "Did you just wake up from a fucking nap?" He rubbed his fucking face. No, it was not sincere. He should have never posted that shit. It's in black. Was it originally in black and white? The one I saw was in black.
It's black and white. Yeah.
Why?
Kris Jenner didn't do good on that one, Travis. She didn't coach you well enough on that one.
He was like, he fucking sleep.
Yeah. He was rubbing his temples.
But I think he on drugs too. I think he was up there.
He gonna really be on them now.
Oh, wait a minute. I think when he was up there on that fucking stage, he was on something too. Coming down from some fucking high or on something. He was definitely on something.
Well, we really gonna have to take some narcotics now. Because they gonna they gonna dig in them pockets so deep, it's not even funny. Like, you probably won't see Travis Scott. You won't see this motherfucker for a while. It's gonna take him a while to recover from this. And this is not this is the thing. This is not the first time that this has happened. It's not the first time. But I think also because the social media world that we live in, and now you have video of people actually trying to get the cameraman to stop this shit, stop this show. You have video of that girl saying, "Stop this shit now," and the cameraman
is like,
he's just like, "Get out of here, get out of here, scram."
And the people that came up and talked to Travis, we don't know the conversation, but it's obvious that they're talking about what's going on down there.
He did one time say, "Oh, somebody come help this person," but then when he saw, there also was a point where he saw the ambulance coming through and the police. He was telling the crowd, tell the police and the ambulance, give them the middle finger.
What?
Yeah, tell them fuck.
The ambulance.
Yeah, he was saying
tell
the police and the ambulance, tell them fuck you and all that. So that's where he's gonna go down at.
That's why I say his ass was on fucking drugs.
He's gonna go down. His
ass was high as a fucking
He's
kite.
gonna go down with that. He still wanted to do the mosh pits and all that and rage. He said he wanted to rage and all that shit. And while he wanted to rage, people were literally dying or losing their breath.
But the thing is, when you go to those types of concerts, when you know that it's gonna be mosh pits and you're raging and whatnot, people expect to. It is what it is. People expect to get hurt. Okay.
Right.
Not die, but get hurt. And then you still have enough room to fucking do the fucking mosh pit. It was people fighting up in there.
Right.
Then I saw one thing, and the girl was saying that people were getting stabbed in the necks with needles and stuff.
Well, the police came out and said that wasn't true.
I hope that's
They came out and said that was false. That no one actually got injected with the narcotics or any of that. So aside from that, what you think, Kylie? You think Kylie gonna love her man through this trauma?
I think she is.
You think so?
I think she's gonna try to pull him out of it, help him.
Anitra, that's
you think she's just gonna be like, you on your own, bruh.
That's a lot. Listen, okay, so I've been watching. You know how Girlfriends is on Netflix now, so I've been going through like all the seasons or whatever.
Show.
That's my show too, and I think now, and we really probably should do just an episode just about Girlfriends because it's really a lot at each. And as you get older, we were watching this shit like 20 years ago. When you get older, you start
the shit didn't really apply.
Yeah, like fun. Shit starts to hit different now. Yeah. And I remember when Tony mentioned that she was like, okay, I have a secret. She was like, look, I have a little fund the little money that I put aside. It's my Never Going Back to Fresno fund. And they were like, okay, everybody, took them a little money away. Everybody does that. And they were like, the little girl was like, I have $200,000. She was like, no, I got $500,000 put up. Okay? $500,000 put up. And so I think Lynn was like, well, Tony, you have enough money. Your husband is in debt. You have enough money to get him out of debt. And she was like,
yeah, I remember that.
She was like, no. He's on his own.
She wasn't feeling it.
And that makes me think about Kylie. I feel like Kylie is like, oh, boo, I love you. But you kind of on your own with this one. Because that's going to take my net worth down. If I give you $500 million. If I give you $500 million to pay all these people, to help pay all these people.
They over there trying. Oh, I know they over there trying to figure that shit out. Like how, who would win and why? How are we gonna do this?
Yeah. Well, they've already taken his parts out of their new show that they have coming to Hulu. They said,
That's because Kylie and Stormy are getting death threats. People are threatening them.
I love me some Stormy. I love Stormy.
Well,
don't do that to Stormy, y'all. Oh no.
People's children died.
That's sad.
People's children are dead.
So they want Stormy to die?
Hey. Hey.
The Kardashian Jenners are not gonna have nothing to do with this nigga shit that he got going on right now. This is a whole different ball game here. They ain't about to have nothing to do with it. It's just like how they did Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, whatever. It's just how they did. It's just how they did Lamar. Out of here. It's just how they did all of them. So, another one bites the dust. Sorry,
Moving
Travis.
on.
But you
They say it's a fucking curse being with them women.
You're going to have to pay a pretty penny, Travis. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate. He said he was going to pay for all the funerals.
Well, shit, you don't got a fucking choice.
He's gonna pay for all
and that ain't gonna bring the fucking people back.
He's gonna pay for all the funerals. I tell you, for my loved one, I'd have one of them funerals.
The ones they put in the fucking South, where they bring
in the South,
people,
and I'd have
the marching band and shit.
It's not funny, but I would have one of them funerals where they have the loved ones sitting up like this.
Bye, Ebony.
Have them sitting up just like this in the chair. They had one where one of the niggas was on a motorcycle.
You seen the lady that was like this? I don't know how they got it to stay like this.
They glued it, Anitra.
How did they get her arm to stay like How did they get her arm to stay like this is beyond me. She was at there, she had her ashtray, and I think it was a Bud Light. It looked like this. How the fuck? I would not want to see my grandma sitting up like that, even if that's what she did.
Oh my goodness. I would have one of those funerals. I had me a good old country South funeral. Nigga, you about to come out. Number one, you gonna come out the pocket $1 million for this funeral. Cause I want all the circumstances. I want doves, swans.
Girl.
I want everybody. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing Aberystwyth chicken for the repast. Everybody's getting ribeye steaks. And we ain't doing them cheap sodas that the people like to bring to the repast either. Bring some of them Pepsis, cherry Pepsis too.
Oh, boy.
And the real Sprite. None of that Shasta lemon lime. We're not doing that, Travis. You gonna start there, and then you gonna come out the pocket with the big bucks. It's sad. It's really sad, and it could have been prevented. Just stop it. Just stop the content. You see all these artists now, they stopping these shows granted, these people don't have 50,000 to 100,000 people at their concerts. These people have about 250 people at these shows, and they saying, you okay?
SZA, I was like, ma'am, you ain't got to worry about that shit. You're like,
SZA said, give him some water.
SZA, sing your goddamn song, please.
SZA, you got 250 people here. It's gonna be
you in a fucking lounge, man.
It's hard for somebody to get trampled here at the House of Blues.
Do we still have the House of Blues? Is it still existed?
I don't know.
I haven't heard of a concert there in a long time.
There used to be good ones too.
It did.
Well, she over there at Raquel's, girl. She over there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody get trampled right over here.
Over there being too pressed, girl. Sing your fucking song.
I get it though. Everybody's trying to be safe, or are they trying to get that headline? Are you trying to get that? Are you, because this is a trending topic? This is Astroworld is still fresh,
that's not
and
right.
you're trying to get that
Just
headline.
stop.
Child,
Just
ain't
stop,
nobody
okay?
passing out at them shows. This was
At all.
100,000 people acting a fool and trampling each other, and so yes, some people lost their lives and got hurt. I think, SZA, I think
you're okay.
I think you're okay. I think there's air conditioning in those
Yes.
in those
They're
venues.
inside, you know.
Right.
The people just stood up out of their seats. They just stood up out of their seats. They can sit their asses back down. Talking about, oh, you okay, girl? Bye.
She said, I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
I know you ain't.
You sue me. I ain't got it. Okay, so
Okay,
moving on.
let's move on.
Free Britney till it's backwards.
Okay. Well,
I'm reading the label on this Bahama Mama drink, Anitra.
uh-huh.
It says, taste like you're on vacation. Enjoy this fruit-forward cocktail over ice. Just add friends.
Oh, okay.
Just add friends, Anitra.
That's all I say.
Add some ice and add some
Bacardi.
friends. That's what I'm on today. I'm on Bacardi. Okay, so
Now, what was you saying?
free Britney till it's backwards. And did. Free Britney till it's backwards. Britney is free, baby. She is free. She got these shackles off her feet so she can shake her ass. Or whatever Mary
what
Mary said.
happened? Okay, so the last time we talked about it, she was free from her dad.
She was free from her dad.
And it was just, who was in charge of it? Was a lawyer?
It was like a lawyer and she got a new lawyer. She wanted a new lawyer and she was
to go
granted
back. Okay.
Right, and she was granted that. So it was kind of like the lawyer was over her conservatorship.
Got you.
Now the judge has said enough.
Get y'all asses out of here. This is a grown ass woman.
He
Bye.
said enough. Take these shackles off her feet to shake her ass. Or whatever Mary Mary said.
That's
Okay.
not what they said.
Shackles off her feet. It's
Oh my
done.
gosh. Mary, I apologize.
It's done. That's what they said. Okay? So, what does this mean, Anitra? What can Britney do now? Because it's crazy. I mean, we talked about this before. Britney couldn't do nothing.
I think she can do her shows free indeed, and not have to worry about, because didn't she have to be done at a certain time and all, like
It was very strict things going on as far as
this
like
is
her
a 40-year-old woman we're talking about here.
Yeah.
A grown ass woman.
Yeah. So now Britney is free to make her own medical decisions, which I
is
think
a good
is
thing.
just I think is just wild. I think, and she was even talking about that, how she had like an IUD and she wanted to take it out. And she couldn't even do that. She couldn't even do that. Were they trying to kill Britney or what? Like, what is this? She's able to sign her own contracts now. So if she wants to do like a advertisement or endorse Popeyes or some shit like that, Britney has the liberty to go ahead and do that. She could be the Popeyes lady. Instead of that lady saying, ain't that what the Popeyes lady saying, Anitra?
Oh gosh, okay.
We got nuggets now. And Britney has the liberty and the freedom to spend her own coins, Anitra. Can you imagine somebody telling you that you can't spend your coins?
Well, the dad wanted, because he didn't have his own fucking coins, so he wanted to spend her fucking coins.
Well, he had money because he was like her manager.
Yeah, of course. So now what is he doing?
And then he was making money off the Vegas show, you know, that Vegas residency. Like, he was making money, of course. I think we kind of have to not be biased here. I do think that Britney has some stuff going on. You know what I mean? It's some things that kind of drove her to her wits' end and kind of made her mind a little, woozy. And so maybe she wasn't making the best decisions in regards to the people around her or how she was spending her money or this and that and third. I couldn't be mad at her dad for trying to help her not exhaust all of her funds.
I get it.
Because maybe it was possible for her to do something like that. So maybe he was saying like, no, you're Britney Spears. You're not going to go out broke. You're not about to go out sad.
And I get that part. I totally get that part. But the other restrictions is where I'm just like, no, you can't. Now you're controlling if she can have a child or her reproductive system.
Right.
You're controlling that.
Right.
No,
And it's like now
ridiculous.
you waited. Now she's free from all this bullshit. She's 40 years old now. So not saying that she can't have a child. Of course she can have a child. But as we know, it's going to be a lot, you know, tougher, you know, for the situation and things like that. Like, Brittany, if I were you, I'd sue all these motherfuckers. That's what I do. I'd sue everybody. Your mama, your sister, none of them helped you anyway.
You don't hear from them two at
No.
all.
No. Well, Brittany said they didn't help her. They didn't come to her rescue. They didn't help her do anything. I think it's sad. I think the whole thing is sad. I think it's crazy too that black folks are really happy that there's a white person that's free from the shackles. Like, why would we care? But Brittany is an exception though. You know, where was our banners and signs and shit down at the courthouse down in the South when we had the shackles on our feet?
Wasn't.
Where was the people at with the free black folk signs and shit like that? Free them. Where was our free us signs? Till it's backwards. Nowhere. But here we are, conditioned. Happy that the white woman is free from the shackles. We're conditioned, Anitra. It's okay, though. I love Brittany. I'm happy that she can go now. She can go down to the liquor store and buy her some of them White Claws. I know she's waiting to get her a White Claw. I know she's waiting for it, and she can do that now and be free to do whatever she wants to. I'll end it with a quote from her. This is what Brittany said. Brittany posted this, you guys. And this is not me. This is Brittany. Brittany said, Brittany crazy. Brittany, I always send Anitra videos of Brittany dancing because it is some of the best content you ever gonna find on Instagram.
She just be twirling. She just be twirling.
Child, and she
love a good twirl.
She got them 1998 shorts. The ones that come down below your belly button.
Listen, because she ain't got no fupa. She said, I'm going to put these pants on.
She said, I can still fit them.
Yeah, I still fit them. I ain't got no fupa. And these is low-rise jeans.
Is that what
they're
this
called
thing
low-rise.
way low. They're
low-rise.
Low down to the floor. And now Brittany can dip it low and pick it up slow.
Yeah.
Now, but this is what Brittany said. Brittany said, take me as I am or kiss my ass. Eat shit and step on Legos. That's what Brittany said. And I'm going to use that quote from here on out. Eat shit and step on Legos. Enough is enough.
Oh.
Enough is enough.
Oh, Brittany.
That's it. Brittany's free. I got nothing else, Anitra. I don't know what else happened. I don't know.
Oh, I want to talk about Faith Evans and Stevie J.
I don't know why this is so funny to me. Go, Anitra. Go.
So I guess they had an altercation where the police were called, and now there's a restraining order out on the aggressor, who was Faith Evans.
Oh God!
She beat his ass apparently. Look, listen, Faith said, I ain't the one, okay? You ain't gonna be. Who knows what his dumb ass did? You know he be doing some dumb shit. She said, I am not the Puerto Rican princess, and I am not Mimi. Okay? I will beat your ass. And that's what she did.
Oh no.
That's what she did. She beat him up.
Oh God. Oh my goodness.
He probably scared of her.
It's not funny, but I think it's just so bizarre when we hear about a man getting his ass beat. It's
because it's him.
It's because it's him.
Him.
It's because it's him. I don't take him as the type of man that get his ass beat.
Well, that's what he got his ass beat. You know, he could have not swung back. And you know, that'll get your ass beat.
Right.
And now she's the aggressor. I mean, she was the aggressor.
It's like once he extends his arm, now he's going to jail. You know,
he probably just sat there and took it.
Oh no,
which is probably what happened. And you know, now I don't know if the restraining order is still on, but I know that there was.
You think they're really gonna get a divorce, Anitra?
I think that they crazy enough to not. I think they're gonna be back together next week.
Do you think that they've always been in love with each other? Do you think they always had, like, being back in the studio back in the day when he's working with Biggie and her and all that? Do you think that they've always? It has to be something for them to come together.
I think she probably saw that picture of him and Eve.
Oh God, Anitra.
That dick picture he had out.
What?
There was okay. You didn't see that picture? It was years ago. It was like it was like nudes of Eve and dick pics of him.
What?
He got a big dick. She probably seen that and was like, I need that.
Oh.
It was like Eve with her legs spread wide
what?
open. Yeah.
Anitra, are
You probably gonna never be able to find them shits again. This was some years ago.
This was years.
Yes.
So they just resurfaced.
They had, because you know him and Eve used to be together.
Right.
But these pictures had resurfaced. It was maybe 5-10 years. It's been some years. Eve was, you ain't gonna find that shit these days. Eve too refined now. They probably got that shit. She had her legs wide open.
British man. She got that British belly there.
Because what was that website that used to show all kinds of shit? And you'd be like, what? We'd be at work looking at these websites. Was it World Star or was it?
Probably World Star.
And we'd be like, girl, look.
Ooh,
yes. Because they used to take pictures of each other.
Eve got that shit scrapped from the internet. She had that British belly there. She said, take that shit down.
Because she had her legs wide open and he had his out and
So they were okay. So was it like off guard pictures or was it like pictures that they was like posing for?
Like posing pictures.
Ooh.
Why are you so fucking shocked?
I just thought that they had like just a little pictures, maybe like on the couple pictures they've had like on the red carpet or something.
No, these were naked, nude pictures, like they were about to have sex.
Not about to. Okay.
Yeah, Eve had her.
So you think Faith
had the little things right here? What's the little things? Little claws.
Oh, she had the little paws. Put the paws on the little paws right there, her little titties.
She didn't have no boobs. It was just nothing. Little nipples.
Just paws.
She had her legs wide open.
Ooh.
Yeah, she had her legs wide open.
Oh my. Okay. So you think Faith said?
I see. I want that.
I think they've always had some type of connection.
Well, they did, but I don't know to what extent.
The extent of we can't do this shit because this my husband, this my nigga right here. Like we can't do nothing, and he might have been, niggas will do.
Or
anything.
they could have, because Biggie was out there doing his own thing.
Faith was a rat too. At the end of the day,
yeah, he was doing his own thing.
Ooh, Faith, you something else. I love your first album.
Faith, yeah, I did too. She gets around, but I love it too, girl.
I love it. I drove to Vegas last week. I listened to that album whole way. It's great, Faith, but you gotta stop beating on niggas and doing uncanny things. This is crazy. This is wild. Leave that man alone. And you knew what you was getting into from day one.
Right.
Leave that man alone.
Like he gonna change. I think they're gonna get back together though.
You think so? I think they have one of them type of relationships. They have one of them type of relationships where they fight all the goddamn time, and then they have like great explosive makeup sex, and then you know what I mean. And then afterwards she like, so what you want to eat? You want some meatloaf?
And now that it's just got out in the public, and they'll be back together. But
child, Faith, ain't nobody got time for this, Faith. Y'all
and
better get
the
together.
next story that I would like to talk about. This is just a story that we have to keep our eyes on. Kevin Samuels and Brittany, I think her name is Renner.
Oh.
Okay, so the Brittany Renner, you know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she pretty much, she dated a child and had a baby. She's an Instagram thought. She dated a child that was in college. Well, he was a rookie, but she met him when he was in college, and she's way past college. He's a fucking child, and she said, I don't want that basketball player. I don't want that one. She weighed her options on the team. She said, okay, that's the one. That 18-year-old.
One of the girls. She's one of the girls.
Had a baby. Now he got to pay her all this damn child support. Sorry to you, sir. Come on now. Come on. Anyway, she was interviewed by Kevin Samuels. And
oh, wow. I didn't know she was interviewed by him.
Yeah, I have to watch the interview, but word on the street is. And the thing about it is, he was being so nice to her. I saw a little clip. So nice. But she's the type of woman he talks shit about. She's the type of woman that he talks shit about. But word on the street is that people saw him at the mall. Yeah, they got a thing going on. They saw him at the mall. He took her on a shopping spree.
I heard that, Kevin.
Take him for all he worth, girl. Take him for all he worth. Because I would love to see this shit.
Listen.
I would love to see this with his bitch ass. I would love to see it.
I'm not mad at Kevin. Not anymore. I know we
you know what? I think he's a fucking troll. He's a fucking troll. And I don't disagree with him on a lot of things that he says. But some of the shit, I be like, man, shut the fuck up. You don't know. You don't know us like you think you do. You know the men know, because that's who I think you really is. Really, I see you.
I think I'm not mad at Kevin anymore. And I think that like maybe I know I was misunderstood by his like full content. As far as like, you know, asking these women the, you know, the necessary questions.
Some of those questions are not necessary.
Okay. So when
not
he
necessary.
Asks, okay, so when he asks, do you think it's necessary for him to ask a woman what's her weight and her height?
What does that have to do with the question that they're asking him?
Okay, so if they come and they say, I want a high value man. I want a high value man.
But ask a regular question. Don't ask no outlandish fucking question. A regular question, because he asked that with everybody.
Well, he's asking that to
We're
see.
not talking about if we're talking about high value man. Just
no.
regular ass question.
He asked that question to maybe see what your worth is. Are you
that doesn't equate someone's worth. So it doesn't matter what their height or weight is.
If he's like I said, if he's at now, if a woman asks a question like, what is it, Kevin? What do you think? Why do you think I can't find a man? You know, I do this. I have a career.
And he'll be like, okay, how what's your height and weight?
What's your height and weight?
And I'll be like, and fuck you, like. Period. Bye. What the fuck does that matter?
He's asking what's your height and weight because he's basically saying, because if you say, Anitra, if you say that you're 4'11" and you're 250 pounds, well, that's where the conversation is. The conversation is gonna go from there, and he's gonna explain to you.
But see, I blame
a man's mind state and why
it's not. He doesn't explain that shit to the people. He's rude as fuck, and how he explains it. He's rude as fuck. He can explain it, but it's a way to explain the shit.
So you don't have a problem with his delivery?
I do, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, ma'am, why the fuck you call? Because some women, they are really just trolling his ass. And I don't think he realizes
a lot of women do troll.
He's a troll, but he's being trolled as well. And I don't think that he realizes that he's being trolled.
Well, he realizes, like, when it's already too late, but...
and he'll be like, girl...
Yeah, he gonna
just like a bitch hanging up on somebody.
Hang up on your ass. But like I said, if you're asking him, because I've seen some content, like some good content where, you know, a lot of these females are lying too. Now they've come to the point when you ask them what's your height and weight. Now bitches is lying. Bitches be lying because they don't want to get that feedback it is that he's gonna give you if you say your real weight or your real height. So he's actually caught, you know, females say, oh, well, I'm 6 feet, 170 pounds or something like that. Okay, so maybe that's within the, you know, the correct BMI or, you know, whatever. But when they come and say, you know what, Kevin, I was lying. You know what, Kevin, I was lying. I'm really, you know, 5'3" and, you know, 185 pounds. And he's going to explain to you that, number one, I know what he always says. He always says that, and we can go into a whole nother episode with this. But I know he explains that the reason why he does that is because he says that no woman should weigh more than their man. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you're 185 pounds and your man weighs 175 pounds, you know, maybe cut or,
what
you know, whatever.
That? How tall is he? 5 foot?
No, not necessarily. Or, you know, is every man 200 pounds at least?
I would hope so.
Every man's 200 pounds? Okay.
I mean, unless you're under 5'4".
Okay, so every man is...
Because you know men's legs be skinny.
Okay, so a man is 205 pounds.
Okay. How tall is he?
He's 6 feet tall.
That's skinny.
Okay, he's skinny. So should his woman be 275 pounds?
Okay, Ebony, now you're going out of the range. We ain't talking about the 600-pound lifers.
That's not 600-pound lifers.
She would look like it.
200.
She would look like it.
Oh, right. And so you have a lot of these women that are
She done threw out some outrageous weight.
How's that? 275 pounds is an outrageous weight?
For what size? What height is she?
5'9", 5'10", 275 pounds, Anisha. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. That's not outrageous. The majority of the weight.
So he's 6 foot. Girl, you know
he's 6 foot 2. Okay. He's 6 foot. Fuck it, Anisha. He's 6 foot 220 pounds. Do you think this is Kevin asking this? This is not me asking this. This is Kevin asking this. And that woman calls and she says, fuck it. She says, I'm 5'9" and I'm 255 pounds. He's going to say, well, that's your problem. That's why you're having. That's why. And
you agree with him when he says that. You agree with him when he's telling people that's your problem.
In regards to some situations, Anitra, I do.
No, I do not agree with that
think
shit.
that there are men out here, a lot of men, a large majority of men that do not want in that situation, because we're not even talking about like all the extra shit, that bitch be talking about. But I do think it's a large or a high amount or majority of men that do not want to be that don't want to say, yeah, I weigh 210 pounds and my girl weighs.
So when they talking to their boys, you know what? I weigh 210 and my girl, she weigh 270. Yeah, they be talking like they be telling each other that.
Might not necessarily say the number, but they might say if it's close friends or something, they might say.
I don't think I've ever talked to my friends about how much me or my man weigh. I've never said, you know what, girl, I weigh this and he weigh. Like, who's fucking talking about that?
Or okay,
like, who gives a fuck how much your friends and how much y'all fucking weigh?
Okay, so have you had a conversation like, you know what, me and my man went and worked out, girl, because I gotta get this. I gotta get this weight off of me, and he is encouraging me to get this weight off of me. Have you ever had that conversation?
No. No. I don't have that conversation.
I think it's, well, because it's only certain people that you can have those conversations.
I mean, but even if I did say that, like, the comeback is not gonna be like, girl, how much do y'all weigh? Like,
no.
Nobody would care.
No, I don't think that. I think that internally, because naturally men aren't going to say it. Naturally men aren't gonna say.
Well, let me tell you something.
I don't like the fact that you're. I don't like how much do you weigh. I don't like the fact.
But let me tell you what I do know for sure.
Pounds, but they might in their head be thinking like this some bullshit. They might, whoever that type of man is, he might be thinking in his head.
He could be that type of man. But I'm gonna tell you this: what I do know. What I do know. I'm just gonna talk on black men because this is what I like.
Okay.
And what I see when I'm in the gym, ain't no fucking black people in there that fucking all. No black men, no black people. So who's encouraging fucking who? If you trying to encourage somebody to get, why don't you have your ass up in there too? It don't be no fucking black men don't be at the fucking gym. Period, point blank. Maybe they be running on the fucking track. I don't know.
You said black women don't be there?
Either one.
You said black people don't be at the gym.
Not in mine. I've been to plenty of gyms. There's not black people there. If it is a sprinkle, literally a fucking sprinkle of them. Them white people, they fucking there. Mexicans, they motherfucking there. Black people, where they at? I told somebody, they said, they at fucking brunch and at the fucking day parties. Fucking right. That's where they fucking at. They ain't in no fucking gym. Kevin Samuels and all, Ebony, bye. We're moving fucking on.
She saying bye to me, y'all?
Yes.
Can y'all believe this? She saying bye
We're
to
fucking
y'all.
moving on, because y'all both sound ridiculous.
This might be our next episode, y'all.
I ain't talking about fucking Kevin Samuels for an hour. I guarantee you I'm not.
I don't think it's anything that he, at this point, I really don't think it's anything. I think he's trying to get it across, really help black women, because black women.
He ain't trying to help no black women. He's trying to put black women down.
No, Anisha, he's trying
He
to
wants to be a black
help
woman.
us decipher what it is. Black women do have issues, Anisha. We do have issues. Black women have issues. I've seen it. I just saw an episode where a woman, she's talking and she has it together, but she was lying.
About what?
She was lying.
It better not be her height and weight again. Like, what is she lying about?
This one, she lied. I want to say it was about not her career, but he asked her what would a man have to make to be her? Because I think maybe even everybody's definition of high value man is different. Okay, so he asked her, what would a man have to make basically to fuck with you? What would a man, because she did real estate.
Okay,
right?
so she made a good amount of money then.
She said $100,000 at least $100,000.
That's how much she makes?
She never said how much she makes.
Okay,
she never said
she
how
wants
much
somebody
she
to
makes.
make $6
She wants her man to make at least $100,000.
Okay.
And then he asked her, okay, well, what if you meet a man and he's cool and this and that and the third, and he makes $70,000? She said, oh, well, I wouldn't have a problem with that. And he was like, okay, well, why would you start out? Why wouldn't you just say that? Because she was very adamant about, no, he has to make $100,000. And then once that question came to her, she was like, oh, I don't have a problem. He can make $70,000 because I don't need him to make more than that. I got it.
Well, why did she say that she needed him to make $100K?
Because she's full of shit, Anitra. And that, if you watch Kevin Samuels, and listen, I'm not an advocate for Kevin fucking Samuels. I'm not an advocate for him. What I've done is I've done my research now, because sometimes
Ebony's done her Kevin Samuels fucking research.
You have to, Anitra, if you're gonna talk about.
I don't want to talk about him.
If you're gonna talk about these things, you do have to go back and you kind of have to.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe because in our very first episode, we were talking about Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, because he was a bitch then, and he's still a bitch.
But people don't.
But we're not gonna do. The thing about it is, some of his episodes, he's talking real shit. Right. But I'm not gonna fucking agree with him when most of the shit he's talking about is screwed as fuck. No, I'm not gonna be like, you know what? Yep. All you bitches, you need to get on Kevin Samuels' level, because he's saying you need to weigh this much and you need to be this height for you to get this type of man. No, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Kevin Samuels needs to. Let's see what he got. I want to see what he got. I want to see what he got. Let me see that women. I don't.
Oh, you want to see the women?
I want to see the woman, because if this that Brittany woman.
Because he always mentions the women that he's been with. I want to see them. I wouldn't mind seeing like what type of women these are that he says he fucks with. I think this Brittany Renner shit, and I think we're gonna have to, like you said, we got to keep a close eye on what's about to transpire with this, because she's been on the show already, right?
Yeah, he did an interview with her.
So it's not like he's trying to promote the show, because he's already
I don't even know why he interviewed her, to be totally honest. I just saw a snippet of it. But I don't know what the point of her being interviewed. He's just trying to see
where her head is at. What's her mind state? What's her mind state, her mind frame? All that. So I think this is a fluke. I don't think there's anything really about to crack off with him and Brittany Renner. I think
and she seems way younger than him.
Of course. Kevin Samuels is like, is he 50? Is he? Or something along those lines?
I don't know what it is.
You guys, y'all gonna let Anitra tell y'all that I'm a Kevin Samuels advocate. I'm an advocate for keeping it real.
You can keep it real and not be fucking rude and a bitch about it.
So you just don't, like I said, you just don't like his delivery. So if he were to just say, sweet, so you would like it better if he said, sweetheart.
Well, he shouldn't be doing shit. How about go back to your IT job that you said you was doing before? Right. Do that shit.
You would like it best if he said, well, sweetheart, how much do you weigh?
I don't think that he should be asking that at all. That's just period, point blank. That question should not fucking matter.
Because you think it just doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't fucking matter. Now, if the woman is calling and asking him that shit, then that's on fucking her. But at the end of the day, that shit don't fucking matter, because who is for you is who is for you. Period, point blank. Fuck Kevin Samuels and his opinions.
I think the question is relevant in some situations.
I don't think it is. Okay, so yeah, no. Bye, Kevin Samuels. You cannot tell people because of how much they weigh or how tall they are is what kind of man they gonna get. No. Or what about the man? Is he counseling the fucking men? These bitch ass men?
He talks to men too. That's why why you have to watch him. He
I
goes
don't
in on
want
men
to.
as well.
I don't
He
want to
goes
watch
in
the
on
man.
men as well. He goes in on men as well.
I don't
and tells-
understand why he's still relevant.
and explains that men need to get their shit together, and men need to present themselves in a more elegant manner, and men shouldn't be walking if they got little dicks and things like that. They shouldn't be
Lord.
walking around.
So is he asking, okay, sir,
He has asked
how big is your dick? And what is it, pencil?
I know I've asked.
Or is it
I know. I've
pencil size?
seen one episode and he's asking man like, does he have a big dick or not? But he's asking because like, you know,
Man, is
should
asking another
you be
fucking
walking
man.
around
Like,
with your dick swinging, or should you humble yourself? It's situations like, it's not. I don't think it's in a gay manner or anything. But him asking that question, I think it, for what it is, the content that it was a relevant question as well. You have to watch it, Anitra. You have to watch it.
I promise you I won't.
You have to watch it.
I won't.
You have to watch it.
I promise you I won't.
You have to
He
watch
won't ever get a click from me. Okay? But y'all click on this video all the time. He won't ever get a view, a click, not from Anitra. I just can't. I can't. I'm not gonna. I don't have time. Now I will be for when that lady takes all his money. Okay, I'm there for that, but I'm not gonna give him any of my money, because when you view a video, that's giving him money, and I'm not fucking doing that for him.
We have to do
Fuck him.
research, Anitra. We have to do research.
I don't want to do research. I'll research. I like to do. What I'll do is I'll be like, okay, well, Hollywood Unlocked just talked about it. I'll watch them because I'll give them my. But I'm not watching fucking Kevin Samuels.
Do you agree? This is the point that he made. We can end it here. This is the point that he made. That the modern woman has pretty much ruined the dating era or the dating industry.
What
or
is
whatever
the modern
it is.
woman?
Modern women. It was that woman who was talking. I don't need. It was the.
I want the
I don't
description
need
of
him.
a modern woman.
Modern woman. Women that don't cook, women that don't clean, a woman that goes around and says that she doesn't need a man for anything, which is totally false.
So he's saying that type of woman has ruined it for who? The people that do?
It's ruined. It's basically ruined the whole dating spectrum, because you can't be an alpha. A modern woman is not going to be able to be with an alpha male.
So, okay. That question is
Because a
modern woman. Okay, now you could still be. I think you could still be a modern woman and still be with an alpha man. Now, a modern woman. This modern woman does not work. Like the old women don't work. Or they what?
No, modern
women.
Modern women. Because most of the women that call, they have careers.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You can't have a career.
No, it's not. No, he's not saying that you can't have a. He's not saying that you can't have a career, and that's where because.
So he's saying you should dumb yourself down.
He's not even. He says you should be submissive.
Okay, that's a different situation. So he's saying that all the modern women are not submissive. Okay, so we can go to a whole nother
but that's why I said we can have that conversation.
I listened to this guy. His name is, what is his name? Steven Speaks or something like that.
Okay, I've seen him. I think I follow him.
So he had made a video on alpha men and alpha women or something, and it was pretty much saying that something about alpha men don't want women that are alpha women, right?
Right.
But he was saying that you need to be, you need to go into your feminine energy. Okay, great. But the comments underneath, and it was very fucking sad. The comments underneath were like, I used to be that submissive woman, and I used to do this, but the men have fucking ruined me to where I am not. Now I have to be fucking alpha. So I don't have to deal with the heartbreak, the bullshit, the this, that. Now it's hard for me to get back to my femininity when it comes to a man. So Kevin Samuels, suck a fucking dick. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay? And I'm sure you have. So I mean, we gonna end it there. We gonna end it fucking there. Kevin Samuels, shut the fuck up, please.
I'm with you, Kevin, on some of these things, but
you could be with him. Okay, and you could be with him.
I think a lot of things he says are relevant.
They're not. I can guarantee you, they are not. and we won't be hearing from Kevin Samuels in about a fucking year from now. So
You don't think so?
hell fucking no. I don't think
It's already been a year.
I don't think he's not like a long-term person. He's like I think he's gonna be like a one-hit wonder person.
He's a life coach.
Whose fucking life is he coaching?
The people.
Why?
These bitches
Why are y'all fucking
call
calling
him
him?
every day.
I need them to fucking stop.
These bitches call him every day.
I need them to fucking
And I will
stop
say
immediately.
This last conversation that I did watch, this conversation was a good one. I'm going to send it to you. It was a good one because there was no negative exchange. They had a conversation. They talked for, 40, 45 minutes. They were able to have dialogue with each other. He was never rude.
And that's good. Well, why isn't he like that with everybody then?
Because there are females that are lying to themselves and not able to handle
So what was so
criticism.
good about that conversation?
She, like I said, there was a few hiccups because she did lie about some stuff, and then she had to come back and say, I'm sorry, I'm lying about that. And, situations like that. In the situation where he was like, well, you just told me you had to have $100,000 man.
So
but
this
then
is that woman.
Yeah, but then now you saying $70,000. Like, which one? Like, what do you, why would you say that? And then she got defensive and it was like, well, I don't need him to make more. This is the modern woman. I don't need him to make more than that. I got it. And, this and that. So you don't need... Now you're going into I don't need a man for anything, whatever. But he never was rude with her because he didn't even really criticize her. She took the information in. They did have a conversation, but she also, a lot of the women are in denial with some of the things that they say and think that they're perfect and they have it all figured out and so on and so forth.
So if they're perfect and they have it all figured out, then they don't need to be calling him.
Well, they want to know.
The thing.
Well, they want to know why they don't have successful relationships with.
Well, why
with
are they calling fucking him? That's
this specific woman called. She had been in a relationship with her. The last relationship she was in, she was in for 4 years. She was in for 4 years. He asked a very important question, Anitra. What if I talk to your ex? What is one thing they're going to say about you? She said, he's going to say I'm bossy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question, Anitra. Like, if you think about it, like, okay, we know what you would say about yourself. You're gonna have all the best things in the world to say about yourself. Let's talk to that person. Let's talk to this person that you're in a relationship with. What would they say about you? She said he's gonna say that I was bossy. She was a few years older than him. Probably like Boston. It probably was like Faith Evans. Probably want to beat the nigga's ass and all that or whatever. And that's what was coming out. She was bossy. She was aggressive and things like that. No man, and this is what Kevin said. No man in this world is saying, "Oh, I like that woman. That woman's aggressive. She takes charge and she's bossy and she acts like a man."
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
I'm done with it, Anitra. But
I'm gonna say this. I think you're on his tip because you're married and you have a man, and so you're just like, you know what?
It has nothing to do with
that is where you're at. That's where you're fucking at because you're not in the situations of a single woman. You don't live the life. You
what's the life
of a single woman? You've never you're not in this, so you can't say I agree because no, you're not in it. So please don't agree. Because you don't live it.
Well, no.
You're going to agree because you don't live it.
No, I don't.
You don't know what it is.
But, and you might be right, Anitra.
That's why you fucking agree. Because you don't know what it is, Ebony. Because he doesn't fucking know what it is.
He doesn't know what the dating world is?
He's a fucking man. He doesn't know what a woman, and her femininity and her alphaness.
He's dating. He's currently dating.
But he's a fucking man. I'm saying that you're agreeing with him because you've never been in a single woman's. You were single when you were young.
Okay.
Let's talk about single when you were fucking your 40s.
Okay.
What do you think? You think you're gonna be just still? Oh, okay. And let the fucking man just run the dump truck right over your motherfucking ass, and you're gonna be like, okay, you know what? You still do it, or you're gonna cuss his motherfucking ass out. Okay. That's why she fucking agrees.
No, Anitra, there are relevant.
I can guarantee you, somebody watching this right now. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Ebony's been married been with her man for years. She don't know this fucking life. She don't know the single woman life.
I don't even. But I think
So,
questions don't
with
even
that
have anything to
being
do with being
said,
single.
you don't.
They don't have anything.
Okay.
They have to do with being single, but it doesn't have to do with him letting you know a man's perspective about things.
He can let me know that all fucking day. I'm not ever gonna listen to that motherfucking man.
And
He can jump right off of Mount Everest, like I tell the rest of the motherfuckers. Jump.
so you don't. If
I don't give a fuck what that man got to
we're
say.
okay, so let's just a hypothetical question. If
I
you
will listen
ever-
to Steven Speaks because he has some motherfucking sense.
Cause you like
Kevin
the way
Samuels-
Steven speaks. You like the way Steven speaks. You
Kevin
like,
Samuels a fucking asshole, and I don't understand why people still reach out to that motherfucker for fucking advice. It is beyond me. My son watches that for entertainment because he thinks
Okay.
it's hilarious.
Kevin Samuels.
Yes,
Okay.
but not just to be like, oh yeah. Ain't nobody watching that shit to be like, oh yeah, I'm with you, like fucking rooting this bitch ass on.
A lot of people.
And
agree with that.
they're ridiculous as well.
I don't think we're ridiculous.
You
Anitra.
are, you
I don't
are.
think Anitra, so you wouldn't be able to get you wouldn't be able to get past the part if you called him.
I would never.
I know you would
call
never.
that
I
man.
know you would never. But
I would
if you
never
were
call that
to,
man.
and you wouldn't be able to get past the question of what's your height and weight. You wouldn't be able to get past the question because why? You gonna cuss him out now?
I would cuss him out, and then I would hang up on his bitch ass.
Why you
But I
hanging
would
up?
never call him knowing that he's fucking asking that to get mad. That's the thing. You women are calling this bitch. And knowing he's gonna fucking ask that, then get fucking mad. You know he's gonna fucking ask that. Why in the fuck are you calling him?
Because they want answers.
They're bitches, they're dummies. Dumb.
They want answers.
Dumb.
Because
I would
he
never.
gives it to you. He is a troll on something. I will
He's
agree
trolling
with that.
all of it.
He is a troll on some things, but most of it's not trolling. Most of it is not trolling.
Coming from a person that's been in a relationship for years on end, okay? None of that stuff that he ever talks about ever fucking applies to her. Okay? Okay. Okay, we got anything else?
No,
We
damn
got
that.
anything else?
No, wait a fucking second.
We're done.
Anitra.
This is going too long.
Anitra, wait a fucking second here. Wait a fucking second. No. And fuck it.
Everybody wants to keep talking about fucking Kevin
No,
Samuels.
fuck it.
I am fucking done.
Fuck it, Anitra. I'm going to talk about that question. What
What question?
I'm going to talk about that question because that's where it starts. I'm going to talk about that because that seems to be what bitches have a problem
question?
with. What is your height and weight? If you're calling me and you're asking me why am I not having successful relationships, and this motherfucker asks you, what is your height and weight?
Okay.
A lot comes with that, Anitra.
Okay, are you asking me to answer your motherfucking question?
No, I'm saying if he asks that question and I give him Ebony previously, I give him previous Ebony, and I say I'm 4'11" and I'm fuck it, I won't even give the weight that I was at this point. I'll say I'm 4'11" and I'm 255 pounds, and this motherfucker says, well, I can tell you right now. That's probably your motherfucking problem. But it's not, it doesn't start off, it's the physical, but it starts off, Anitra, because a lot comes with that. A lot comes. There's insecurities that come with that shit. There's physical issues that come with that shit. There is, well, bitch, you might fuck around and get diabetes with that shit. And
I have clocked out, okay? 'Cause
Okay.
she's just talking
Okay.
at this point.
Okay,
I've
Anitra.
clocked out.
Okay.
Because I don't want to talk about it no
All right.
fucking more. Because Ebony is on the Kevin Samuels train, honey.
Choo choo.
She is on his balls.
I'm not on his balls, Anitra.
You on his tip?
Irrelevant is relevant, and right is right and wrong is wrong.
Okay, so what is the argument that you keep going back and forth about the height and weight? Because I want to know where you're trying to go.
I just said it. I just said it.
Okay, now what?
The question, I said the question that he asked, because that's what we were initially talking about, is why does he ask that question? Why is that important? And I was giving it to you. There's a
Okay,
lot.
so to the people that are watching, please chime in.
There's a lot that comes
And chime on
with that,
all
with
of
that
it, too.
small piece,
All of it.
That small piece of very vital information.
Chime in. Please.
There's a lot that comes with it.
Okay? And if you are, chime in on this shit and tell me if you are married, single, engaged, divorced, all of the above, never married, whatever. Say what you are when you chime in.
And tell
okay?
us if you'd like to talk about this the next episode.
I ain't.
Because it done got
I
real,
can't,
it done got
and I
real
ain't.
spicy.
And I'm
here.
going to respond because all the people, all the comments that, you know, you put, I'm the one that responds.
Oh!
Okay?
Oh, the shade.
So, comment down
shade.
below. Okay, you got anything else? Because my voice is leaving me because I was screaming last night and I'm screaming now.
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
We gonna give her a fucking Kevin Samuels fucking shirt.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I wear it proudly.
Oh, child.
I wear it proudly.
Okay.
Give it to me. All right, we're done. Anisha done got real spicy today. She done got spicy today.
Because I can't believe that you agree with that. I just can't. Anyway, with that being said, my name's Anitra.
And I'm Ebony.
And we're Tooties in the podcast.
Cheers.
Bye. They gonna tear your ass up in the comments and just let you
Bring it and then